Ethan walks into the workshop where the sun shines on the terracotta floor. Grandpa sits at the spinning wheel while the gray clay moves between his hands. It looks like a dancing mountain in the golden, dusty afternoon light. Ethan wipes a smudge of clay onto his forehead while he watches carefully. He sees the tall vase grow much thinner and taller with every spin. The air smells like wet earth and old seasoned wood. Grandpa makes the heavy work look very easy and quite magical. Ethan wants to touch the cool, slippery clay right this second. Ethan steps closer to the humming machine and feels the floor vibrate. Grandpa looks up and smiles at his curious young apprentice. "Are you ready to learn the craft of pottery?" he asks. Ethan nods his head quickly and adjusts his messy blue apron. He picks up a heavy lump of cold, gray, slippery clay. Slap, 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 goes the clay onto the center of the spinning wheel. Ethan feels the wet mud slide through his small, eager fingers. It is much heavier than he thought it would be. Slow and steady, the clay speaks back. Ethan tries to pull the clay into a round cup shape. He pushes hard with his thumbs to make a deep hole. The wheel spins fast, and the clay starts to wobble wildly. Squelch goes the mud as it slides out of control. Suddenly, the tall walls of the cup lean over to one side. Splat! The clay collapses into a flat, messy, wet pancake. Ethan sighs and looks at his messy, gray, dripping hands. Ask your child, have you ever tried to make something that was hard at first? Grandpa rubs his clay-covered thumbs together gently while he thinks. Do not worry, Ethan, he says with a very warm smile. Good things take patience, and every potter starts with a mess. He places his large hands over Ethan's small, wet, slippery hands. Press gently, breathe slowly, Grandpa whispers in his gravelly, wise voice. Ethan takes a deep breath and tries to relax his shoulders. He feels the rhythm of the spinning wheel in his arms. Slow and steady, the clay speaks back. Good things take patience, Grandpa repeats. Ethan starts again with a fresh, round lump of gray clay. Press gently, breathe slowly, he tells himself as the wheel spins. The tiny cup on the wheel looks as if it's dancing. It spins and glows in a beam of warm, golden sunlight. This time, the walls stay straight and feel very strong. Ethan keeps his hands steady as the wheel turns around. He is making a real piece of pottery today. Good things take patience, he says with a very happy grin. Grandpa points to the high shelves in the old workshop. There are many old, dusty pots from a long time ago. Our ancestors made pots just like yours, Grandpa explains. They used this pottery to carry fresh water from the river. Ethan imagines his great-grandfather sitting at this very same wooden wheel. He feels like he is part of a very old story. The family tradition lives in the clay and his hands. We must keep this tradition alive for the next generation. The cope is finally ready to go into the warm kiln. Ethan carefully lifts the wet clay off the spinning wheel. He feels the heavy weight of the cup in his palms. It is smooth and cool against his tired, small fingers. Press gently, breathe slowly, he whispers one last time today. He knows the kiln will bake the clay until it's hard. His ancestors would be very proud of his hard work today. Slow and steady, The clay speaks back. Ethan feels a warm glow inside his happy heart. The sun begins to set behind the tall workshop trees. Grandpa helps Ethan wash the gray mud from his hands. He presses his hands gently into the warm water. They walk together toward the warm house for dinner. The little cup sits safely near the warm brick kiln. Ethan looks back at the workshop with a big smile. He can still hear the soft whir of the wheel. Grandpa puts a hand on Ethan's shoulder as they walk.